Are you aware that J.D. Wicker very recently this week threatened to move the San Diego State football team to Los Angeles? J.D., please,
yes.
what is going on here?
Good afternoon. Great to be with you guys. Rich, great to see you back.
Yes, thank you. Glad to be back.
Welcome to the back into the real world.
Yeah.
I respect everything that you've been doing. I respect that your wife has done 10,000 times more than you've done.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes.
Yes. I'll send it along to Annie. No, you know as well as I do, you have a 6-month-old at home, right?
6-month-old at home.
And sleep through the nights, that is not an easy thing to contend
optional.
with. Yeah, it is optional for newborns.
It's not really optional. It just doesn't exist necessarily.
Correct.
So, and longer than two-hour increments if you're lucky.
Yeah, and all the while, the missus handling all that very well. So extend that same gratitude to Miss Wicker, having you here with us instead of at home tending to them. Let me ask you right off the bat, it's been a busy couple of weeks in my absence here. Catch me up. Where are we at with the lease on the stadium, with the land at Mission Valley, with the November ballot coming at the end of this fall?
Right. Well, we met with the Smart Growth and Land Use Committee last week as they considered our lease extension for 2 years. And that got moved forward to the full council, which was the ultimate goal at the end of the day. So, appreciate the work with the mayor's office and all that we've been able to do with them to craft something that works for Sdsu and we felt like worked for the city as well. We'll continue working with council offices to make sure that when we get to the full council meeting on August 6th that everybody's comfortable that we've got something that works for Sdsu, but also works for the community. I mean, just the other night we had AS Roma and Tottenham Hotspur in the stadium. That doesn't exist if the stadium is shuttered. The Alliance of American Football doesn't get to play a game potentially because, the stadium's shuttered. And then Jay-Z and Beyonce and all these other events that come to San Diego and benefit the community as a whole. They're jobs for people that work in the stadium. So we're happy to be a part of that and happy to be part of the community and help make something work so that an asset from the city of San Diego's asset is something that can be used by the community.
JD, clearly you were joking when you said, hey, we might move the team up to LA, but at least I took it to understand there is actually within that joke a little bit of a point directed at the city council, which is, what are we talking about here? What are you really going to do? This is where we're going to have to play, at least for the next couple of seasons. It's not like there are any other options in San Diego right now. So what is going on with those city council members who right now seem to be maybe a little difficult to convince?
I think it's one of those, they're elected by the constituency in the city of San Diego, and so they're going to do their due diligence to get what they feel is the best opportunity for the city of San Diego. So that's something that we'll, sit down and keep talking to them about ways that San Diego State can help make the stadium successful. For instance, 2 dates during the upcoming football season. The last weekend in September we held so that the city could potentially schedule a concert. And then obviously Navy Notre Dame, that's a weekend when San Diego State could have played a home game, but we said we'll block that date as well. So we've been out there trying to, help the city, give them, flexibility to go out and schedule the events that they need, that, a concert, Jay-Z, Beyonce will, net the city $250,000 to $300,000. Well, if I can find, and we only play 7 weekends out of 13 or 14 in the stadium, so let's find some more dates where the city can go out and find these great events.
No, it's very encouraging, and I think it sends the right message to the voters, somebody who's going to have a tough decision come November to choose between the initiative for Friends of SDSU West and, at the ballots or go with Soccer City. I'm curious as far as the campaign goes, and you've obviously been around the people who are supporting this. What is going to be the goal at the end of this come November? I mean, like, long-term goal. How do you guys want this campaign to present itself to the public?
I mean, I think the big thing, we've been out, our Sdsu Mission Valley plan, we talk about all the benefits that San Diego State having the opportunity to purchase the property from the city at fair market value. It's the expansion of higher education. San Diego State is currently a $5.67 billion economic engine in San Diego. Imagine if we're able to expand campus and, what that looks like and what that economic impact becomes. And it's residential units. It's a great river park that the entire community gets to enjoy, and it's tech transfer, it's entrepreneurial opportunities, it's opportunities for faculty and staff to work with the corporate world, and then that allows us to bring more prominent faculty and staff to campus, which makes the educational experience that much better. Your shingle on the wall becomes that much more valuable. And then, by the way, the football team, the Division I FBS football team that has lived in San Diego for 100 years, and we plan on another 100 that's played in Mission Valley for 52 years, and we want to do another 52 years. We'll have a home for them and a great community-based stadium that fits for soccer. It fits for Aztec football. It fits for concerts and whatever else might be there.
J.D. Wicker, Athletic Director, San Diego State, joining us. Mark and Rich Show. We're out at the Aztec Football Legacy Golf Tournament today, so we got all kinds of great treats for you. J.D., after the most recent presidential election, I don't know what to do with polls anymore because you look at polls and you're like, well, those polls weren't right. Okay, so, however, you guys got some very encouraging polling data recently. I believe the numbers, if I have them correctly, and this was not the advanced analytic, but just the simple, are you yes, no on Soccer City? Only 40% yes. Are you yes, no on Sdsu West? 62%. So what do you make of that data?
Again, polling is a snapshot in time. It's that particular time. So we're just excited about the opportunities for SDSU Mission Valley. And, I think right now people are interested in SDSU Mission Valley, and that shows that we've been able to go out and, talk about our plan. We've been developing our plan over the last, 18 months or so, and we're really getting out there right now. And laying that out for people and showing them how important, expansion of higher education is and all the other pieces that I just talked about.
And when you talk about the stadium earlier, about it being a community center, a place for all these great events, not let alone the football games that are going to be played there as well, home for the Aztec football team, that stadium is going to be built, and it's been interesting, this process of seeing renderings constantly. You've been a part of this process now for as long as basically you've been here. Talk to us about the process of putting together in your mind what this place will look like and some of the things you've gotten to observe along the path and what we could expect to see when this is built.
Yeah, I mean, we obviously worked with Populous, JMI Sports, to put together what we want our 35,000-seat stadium to look like, and some ideas. And then last night we were at Bank of California Stadium for the Galaxy and LAFC to play, and we got to see some of those elements. I mean, they had it's the Sunset Terrace, I believe, and it's outdoor comfortable furniture. Those are some of the areas on the concourse that we envision. It's a place that you want to hang out, and pre-game, halftime, after the game, it's a great place to go and be there. Or you can rent that space on any given day, but then it's also, great craft beer, great local food, and a very intimate environment. That's one of the good things about a 35,000-seat stadium. And as you look at some of these, some of the MLS stadiums we've toured, we're going to create a really intimate environment. So it really, there's a lot of energy there. You want to be in your seat to watch the game because it's going to be so exciting. Think Viejas with the show just going nuts.
Yes.
During basketball. We're going to create that on turf in Mission Valley.
Love it. Absolutely love it. JD, you know what I was thinking about yesterday? So Xander Schauffele came on the show yesterday.
Awesome.
And he's fantastic, and so I just think represents himself so well, and obviously he's playing great golf. And you look around the sports right now, at least a lot of the major ones. Xander is doing his thing on the PGA Tour. Maybe think of a Strasburg in baseball. Rashad Penny, now first-round draft pick. Kawhi Leonard, NBA. All these major sports have this really frontline San Diego State representative now in the league. What does that mean for you guys?
I think it shows what a great athletic program we've built. We've got great coaches who have been around for a long time. Ryan Donovan, golf coach, long tenured, 20 straight NCAA championships that they've made it to. Rocky, 8 years, building a football program. Fisher, it was 18 or 19 years, and now we've just moved on with Brian Dutcher. You've got coaches that have been around a long time and have established programs, and that's important. Continuity is a huge thing. So, we still fight for some of that, recognition. I mean, it was Xander. He had that little bump on the front nine, and NBC kind of just forgot about him. But he said, hey, no, don't forget about me.
Did you hear him say that he heard people in Scotland yell, "Go Aztecs"?
No, I did not.
He said that yesterday on our show. He's telling us, Turner, he goes, I don't listen to people in the crowd, but somebody with these guys were yelling, "Go Aztecs." I'm like, what's happening? We're in Carnoustie right now.
That's awesome.
No,
so, I mean, it's, worldwide presence. And, he's got the PGA coming up, and he's in 11th right now with Ryder Cup points.
Yep.
So
unbelievable.
Let's all go to Paris. Hey, we can do a remote from Paris.
I believe, they're listening at home and saying, so we'll be there.
Yes, Stanford, we do want to do that, but if it has to be one or the other, we'll do the Paris.
That's fine.
We'll do that.
We'll make the trip. Yeah.
The other great thing about Paris is it's during the bye week.
Oh my God!
No way.
I mean,
so both. Yeah. So we'll do
Stanford, then Paris. Excellent. J.D. Wicker joining us, athletic director at San Diego State University. And here we are, Aztec Football Legacy Golf Tournament kicking off here in just moments at Maduras. And I got to ask you this question: how do you do this? We just were talking about fans in Scotland shouting out "Go Aztecs," the brand it spreads. You mentioned in every major sport, Mark, there's a representative from this university. You're an athletic director. That means so many things. I've watched you put on multiple hats. How the heck do you do that?
You juggle?
Yeah.
No, it's again, I've got great staff. Our executive staff and all the folks in the department, again, a lot of those folks have been here for a long time. I was fortunate when I came back from Georgia Tech that most of the executive team was still the same, and it was the team that I had helped Jim Sturk build. So it's having great people that work for you, and it's getting out as much as you can. I appreciate this opportunity from our partners to be able to speak to the community and go out to all the national events that we have as far as athletic directors, and people recognize our brand. We cleaned up our brand a couple years ago, so it's a little easier and more recognizable, and people like it. So we're going to keep building it, and great events like this and people coming out and supporting us and providing us the revenue to scholarship those student athletes. We spend over $9 million just on scholarships so our students can go to school. That's almost a tenth. That's a $50 million budget. That's about 20% of our budget. So it's important to have this type of thing. So we appreciate it.
Now, the big question: what are you shooting at here today?
Oh yeah,
what's the deal here?
I'm shooting blanks. I'm not playing. It would be counterproductive for me to play golf out here.
I knew you were going to say that, but why does the big cheese never play in the tournament?
Come on.
It's like you're out here, you're sweating like the rest of us. You got your golf clothing on, even if it's just go hole to hole so that you play one hole with each group or something like that. You got to go play.
Well, I think Rocky and I are going to ride around. We'll get a chance to talk to people and say hello and, do those types of things. And really, I could, stand there and say, I can, pick a hole and I can hit your tee shot, or you can pay $500 for me not to hit your tee shot, and I'd probably raise a lot of money.
See, this feels, this does feel illegal, though. I don't know if we've wandered into a bear trap here. Something like I'm almost embezzling us. I'm not going to label it. I'm no doctor, but no. JD, it's fantastic to have you out here. This is a tremendous event. It's my first time at this club, and as you can hear in the background, they're getting ready to do it. Rev up and hit the road. Yeah.
Really good stuff. By the way, this completely just a 30-second selfish question. My niece just got into San Diego State. She is coming this fall. Yep. I am so excited about it. She's kind of reserved, 18, great softball player, but she's at that stage in her life where she's like, I'm just going to go do my own thing. So I'm going to ask for her, what kind of special treatment can we give my niece?
Sure.
What can we do?
This is important stuff.
We can provide her a ticket to every athletic event.
Yes.
So she can come into every athletic event and attend and have a great time.
Sold.
We could probably find something for her to do in the athletic department.
Mm-hmm. Love it.
Just let me know.
Okay, perfect. That's all I was looking for. I just needed that soundbite to send to her because she'll be very excited. Hey, great to see you.
Thanks, guys. Again,
we're so glad to be here. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, and get some sleep.
I'll do my best. Same to you.
Get some sleep. Yeah.